Hi guys, welcome to Learn Electronics Repair. I have a laptop here, another one from Handy Andy. Yeah, this what you call the thing, HUAWEI, that thing, yeah, HUAWEI, yeah, a HUAWEI laptop. So this is dead. He's brought it to me with the back panel missing, and he also brought it to me with the battery disconnected. So this was just disconnected like so. Now, the reason I mentioned this, in fact, no, I'll leave it on for now, is because I noticed straight away that the end of the connector's broken. On the battery here, there's supposed to be, like, you see a little tab here, this one's missing. And the fault is that it's dead, whether it's on the charger or not, if the battery's connected or not. Doesn't easily want to lift up right now. That's probably how it got broken. Yeah, that's got it. Yeah. So that's how it came to me, like so. Let's see if there's any voltage in this battery, yeah, first thing. Okay, so battery, do you have any voltage in you? Let's have a look. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. See anything anywhere? No. So we just don't see anything in the battery at all. The charger he didn't bring with it, but this is a very blurred because the camera won't focus at that angle. This is a USB-C. The battery, which will focus, says this is upside down, so it's like a 11.46 volt, 13.2 charger. So I'm guessing it's using PD to request what it wants from the charger. Okay. I have a charger with PD. This one, this will go up to well, 100 watt, 20 volt at 5 amps, 15 volts at 5 amps. So this, you would think, would be quite capable of running this laptop. Let's see. So we'll plug that in. I'll leave the battery connected at the moment. Power up the charger. What happens? Nothing. Button. Nothing. So I was looking for any power lights on this or anything, any sort of indication. Don't see anything. Looks like some power lights on the front here, but nothing's lit up. If they are lights, maybe they are. Maybe there's little holes I don't see. Yeah, I think there might be something behind those. So nothing appears to happen. No sign of life. Okay. Fan's good, but not spinning. Or at least it rotates. Any voltage in this anyway? Let's have a look. So should be a good ground. Start this up with glare. There you go. You can see it. No voltage there. Nothing. There's a big inductor here. This might be a filter, I'm not sure. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. I'll disconnect the battery. Okay. Power it back up again. Is there anything here now? Not really. Nothing as you would notice. Okay. What about a negative voltage? There's something there. I have it the wrong way round on the meter lead, so. Well, that's varying a little bit, like it's trying to do something. Okay, so I think there's power getting into this. Can we prove it? I'm just looking around these inductors to see if I see any voltage anywhere. You'd think that this would have like some standby voltage at least, 3.3, 5, something like that. Probably a lot more inductors underneath all this stuff, so I'll probably have to take this board off to have a good look. Okay. I'm just checking if there's a CMOS battery. I doubt very much because these laptops are like an integrated main battery. Don't really have them. So if I can't find anything underneath any of this tape, I'm going to have to take this motherboard out, I think, so I can see what's on the other side of it. Have a look. So that's just a connector. Oh, that's a screen connector, I'd say there. And this feels like flat, like there's nothing much on this side. Okay, so I'm going to take this little motherboard off and let's have a look at it. So guys, you can see I have the motherboard out, but it doesn't really give me access to anything I want to see because it's effectively covered with all this like sticky silver foil with black stuff on. So I'm going to have to get this off as well. I mean, this is not like made in a way that's relatively easy to try and repair. I think it's like they didn't really think about that. Yeah, so still not to be deterred, we need to get this stuff off it and hopefully we can make some measurements. So it looks like it starts here from what I can see. Yeah, that seems to be like the start of it, and then yeah, we just have to work our way across the board and hopefully not rip the stuff. Okay, I'll get on with it. Well, I've got the stuff off one side of it now, so I can get quite a few things here. But there are definitely plenty of components on the other side of the board, so I may have to get that off as well. I do have to wonder, is this strictly necessary? I mean, to have this stuff, I don't know why they feel they needed to do this, really. Okay. I can't see any MOSFETs or stuff around here. I'm not sure if this would have them. Oh, there's some there. But that looks like a buck converter to me. These we know are buck converters. I can see one or two more now that I couldn't see previously. So let's try and power this board up. I'll just check to see if the CPU is getting hot or not. And let's see if we can see any voltages on this now. So we'll just check this. I mean, there must be a standby somewhere even before you press the power button. So this is cold, there's no heat here. What do we see? Anything? Nothing there. No. Just cold. No. I think some of these are the ones I could actually test on the other side already. No. 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 So that's all the buck converters I can see on this side. This is the power coming in. Can we see something here? No, I mean, I can't really get to anywhere on that. That's a bit of a pain in the butt. I think I have to take this off here as well so I can see what's on this side. Okay, so it's coming off. I mean, it's peeled off in one piece, so, and it's still quite sticky, so I should be able to put this back on again. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Can we now see anything of interest? Well, the power obviously comes in over here somewhere. These look like it could be MOSFETs or something like that. Let's see if we see any voltages around here. So I'll just connect to ground. What do we have? Let's look here. Nothing. Oh, as near as damn it, nothing. On here? No. On here? Well, we've checked there. No. How about on here? No. So we can sort of see the connectors coming in now. I'm not sure I've got any power even getting into this. But presumably there is some because I had a little bit of voltage on by the battery when the power supply was connected. No. No, what's this thing? Nothing basically. Nothing basically. This is where you start to doubt that your multimeter's working, yeah. Just connected to my bench power supply. Multimeter's working alright. So we've got a short somewhere around this input. Maybe. Let's see. And then we'll try the USB analyzer, see what it's doing. So ground resistance range. Okay. Yeah, we have good ground. No, don't say short. That could be a short. But this could be ground. Yeah. Well, here's a capacitor. So if I see a short either side, that's not right. So that's a short. There's no short there. So this could be ground. What about these ones? These look like inductors to me. So probably read short. Yeah. How about the input? So these things. Well, that reads short to ground. This doesn't. That doesn't. So this looks like it's ground. And this looks like it's ground. Ground. This looks like a power rail. So this is where you think the power would come in. So this is where you think the power would come in on here. Let's have a look. Nothing. 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 Okay. Let's try this. So this is my USB analyzer. You can see the power supply is on 5 volts. So I'm going to plug this into the charger socket. And then let's see if it draws any current or what it does. It draws nothing. That kind of almost what I expected. I had a bit of voltage around the battery connector. So this is not drawing any power now. It's not switched on, but surely it would be in standby or something. There'd be something happening. We don't have a short. We have 5 volts. So where's the 5 volts going? And I would have expected that this would request more power from the charger than that. Like using PD. It doesn't appear to be doing. I think I'll probably have to take some of this sticky stuff off here so I can actually probe under here, because I can't at the moment see where that voltage actually comes in. I mean, there are a few that look like test points down here. No. 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 We already looked on that one right here. Practically nothing. Okay, so do you go somewhere else? I don't see any. Yeah, it doesn't come through to this side, not there anyway. Unless this is a power plane. So ground, let's have a look. Slipped a little bit, I'm just trying to get through the plasticky stuff so I can actually get a connection. Must have a connection now. No? Just go to resistance, let's have a look, make sure I have a connection. So if I read some resistance, I've got a connection. Yeah, I read some resistance, so I've definitely got a connection. So that isn't power. Look at this socket. I'll try use the other camera so I can just get a good angle on it. Yeah, I can't get that one to focus. I'll try the other camera. I have another one. Very hard to do this. I'm holding it in my hands. I have the camera pointing sideways at it. But it doesn't look to be broken. But I'm not sure if it has as many connections as I was expecting, basically. Yeah, I'm going to take the little bit of like glue off or whatever it is and see if I can get to the connections on the socket. So I'll try and pick this stuff off here if I can. Yeah, that came off easily actually. So we now have connections, so we can see where the connections are. This is obviously ground and this is ground, so really we only have this area here where power could come in, the one next to it, but you'd expect the power to come in where there's a fairly big pad. I mean, I can get the pin out for this thing, but there's not many places it can be really. Let's have a look. So this fairly obviously is ground. These look a bit bent to me. But the bracket looks like it's soldered. This one, there's your 5 volts coming in. Okay. Wait, that's under the microscope. You know, guys, I don't like the look of that at all. I really don't like the look of that. Now I can see it close up. I can't believe that's supposed to be like this. No, I don't think so. I still don't think I can easily get a view down the end of the thing. I might be able to turn this thing around, might be able to do something a bit crazy with it. I've laid the microscope on its side. That's about the best view I can get down inside here. Yeah, I'm convinced, guys, we've got a bad connector here. I mean, that just isn't right, yeah. So, I'll see if I can actually unsolder this without damaging the board. I mean, I don't know what might have happened to the pads down under here. Don't like the look of it. I suspect there's some shorts in there somewhere. So, this is probably why the power supply is just giving the 5 volts and it's not switching to a higher voltage because we effectively don't have the data pins connected properly. So let's remove this. I don't know if I've got any replacement ones, but Handy is going to the capital at the weekend. I may have some. Let's have a look first if we can get this thing off. First thing then, flux. Plenty of it. Then I'll try and get some leaded solder to mix in, and then we'll use a hot iron and see if we can get this off. Okay, just get to an angle where it's easy for me to work. Right, so solder. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely leaded solder on there. Some went onto this, but I can always wick that off, to be honest. It's not a problem. In fact, I'll do it now before I forget. Yeah, there we go. I'll just actually assist it a little bit more by putting some flux and leaded solder on the other side. Okay, so this is where it effectively goes into the board. I'll no doubt end up with solder on here as well, but again I can whip that off. Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, solder in there, leaded. This side. Okay. Right, off you come. Okay. Let's clean this up while it's hot. It's the best time to do it. Well, you can see by just putting flux on that actually this is really, really bad. I mean, I thought all the connections were there till I got some flux on and I found they weren't. Yeah. This doesn't happen when I try to desolder these things. It's quite clear to me that all these pads were ripped off already. You can see the angle they bent at now underneath. So if you want to say, guys, I did it, yeah, I did it, but it was already done, don't you think? Look at that lot. Oh my giddy aunt. So quite literally, the only reason we had 5 volts at all is because this one is intact. These are ground, so that's the ground effectively. And there's one intact there also, which is ground, and there's one intact there, which is also ground. So this is what we're faced with. Okay. I'll clean that off with a bit of ISO actually. And there it is, and all its lack of glory. Yeah, you can see what's happened to this thing. So literally every pad is ripped off. You can see where they all go. Is this fixable? Yeah, this is fixable. I actually did smaller than this on the DJI Mavic 3 Mini. Yeah, that one with a little flat connector. That was even smaller than this. And I did it. But it's time consuming. This takes a bit of time to do. So the other thing here is the connector. You can see now all the ripped off traces. But you can see the angle they were at already. We saw this before it came off. All the pins were twisted over to one side. I have to wonder how this happened because the metal frame was firmly attached. Is this inside bit loose? Is that what's happened? Is this bit here loose? No, it's not. I don't honestly know how they've managed to do that. I really don't. I mean, that internal bit is firmly attached in there, and yet all the pins are off to one side, clearly like it's been sheared off sideways, but the frame was soldered to the PCB. I don't know how it's done that. I mean, how could you do that? But I tell you what, they have. Yeah. So, first thing, do I have any connectors? Answer, no, I don't have. In fact, I'm going to order myself off AliExpress a whole pack of different USB-C connectors. So I can give this to Handy Andy, tell him when he goes up to Capital, see if he can get one. If not, I can order. Take 2 to 4 weeks after the Singles Day sale, 11/11. Which, by the way, if you've ever wondered, Singles Day is because the date 11/11 is 1111. They're all singles, yeah. So it may take like 6 weeks, but there we go. And do they want to pay the repair bill for this? Normally HDMI and USB connectors is like this sort of €40 sort of job because you just unsolder one and you solder the other one. This ain't like that. This is like at least twice as much work. So I think in fairness, if I'm going to be fixing this, then they are going to be paying me somewhere in the region of €80–85 to do it because it's going to take some time. Normally I only tackle this sort of repair in 2 occasions. One, if the customer values the equipment enough to pay me the money to do it, and 2, if it's of educational value to you guys. But I've done something similar on the DJI, so you've seen me do it before. I'm going to link that to this video. So the other question is, do you want to see me do it again, or was once enough? Yeah. And when you watch that video, you'll realise how fiddly it was. There's little pads we've got called Relife. That's these things. Yeah, you can see where I was using this before when I was working on the drone. So you can see these like little sticks basically that you can attach. They come in different shapes and sizes, little dots and various other ones. So these are sort of thing you use to repair this with. I really want the ones with like a flat pad on the end instead of a rounded one. I'm not sure this pack actually has that type, which is what I really want to use. Yeah, these are the little rounded ones, so I'll have to get some more real life pads with the flat ends on. But, oh yeah, this no, there's there. Okay, I have them at the top. Yeah, these are what I used on the DJI. So those are sort of pads we use. And basically, we use these pads. You can see they're roughly the same size on there. Yeah. So we use these pads to effectively, I used UV hardening glue last time. It didn't work very well. I might try something else, like a bit of super glue or something. So we basically position these pads on where the ripped ones are, and then we bend the legs back and solder them to the board, which means effectively scraping off some of this blue etch resist. No, it's not etch resist. They call it something. The name escapes me at the moment. Solder mask, that's what they call it. So it means scraping off the blue solder mask, sticking these things on, and then soldering them back. And then once you've done all those, you fit a new connector. Okay, so that's how I would fix it. Whether it happens is mostly down to the customer with this one. Yeah. Okay, so well, was it a success? Was it a failure? I certainly found out what was wrong with it. So in that respect, I think it's a success. And yeah, if the customer wants me to do it, so I'll do it. Yeah, as long as they're happy to pay. Okay. Did you enjoy that one? Hope so. I'll see you all soon on another Learning Electronics Repair video. Ciao for now, guys.